Today we're going to go to the second lesson in Pythagorean theorem. It's called Converse Pythagorean theorem, and you really don't even need to know that's what it's called. But basically, if a triangle is a right triangle, are y'all listening? Then Pythagorean theorem has to be true. Today we're not going to solve anything. We're just going to say, yes, it's a right triangle, or no, it's not. Okay, they're going to give you three numbers, and you're going to say, yes, it's a right triangle, or no, it's not. So basically, they're saying, if it's a true right triangle, then the areas of the two squares attached to the smaller sides has to equal the area of the larger square attached to the bigger side. Okay? You are not going to square root today. What did I just say? You're not going to square root today because you are not solving anything. You're just going to see if something is true or false. Yes? Okay. So it says, if a triangle is a true right triangle, then a squared plus b squared equals c squared has to be true. That means the area of one small square plus the area of other small square has to equal the area of the bigger square. So they're going to give you three numbers. Does everybody see the three numbers? And they're going to ask you, would the following lengths form a true right triangle? So if I had a triangle, y'all don't have to draw the picture, I'm just going to show you. Which one of these sides, based on what we learned yesterday, would have to be the longest side? That would have to be the C, yes? And then this would be a leg, and this would be a leg. And they're asking you, would that form a right triangle? Well, we could draw it out, and then we could go measure the right angle to see if it's true. Or we could just see if Pythagorean theorem is true. So we could say this would be side A, this would be side C and B, and this would be side C. So go label that like I just did. I need to see everybody labeling, please. So I would simply say, is 8 squared plus, what would I write next? 15 squared equal to, what would go over here? 17 squared. And all you're going to do is see if it's true. So you're going to put in the left side in your calculator. You're going to put in the right side in your calculator. Are you going to use the square root button? No, because you're not solving anything. You're just seeing if it's true. So you're going to type this in. So everybody go type in 8 squared plus 15 squared. And write it down, 289. And now I'm going to put my equal sign, and I'm going to say, if 17 squared is 289, then my answer is yes, it's true. So 17 squared is 289. So is it true? Yes, because 289 equals 289. So these three numbers would form a right triangle. My answer is yes. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I took the three numbers they gave me, and I just plugged them into Pythagorean theorem. 8 squared plus 15 squared equals 17 squared. I typed the left side of the equal sign in my calculator and write it down. I type the right side and write it down. If they equal, the answer is yes. If they don't equal, the answer is no. It's that simple. Again, you are not going to use your square root button because you're not solving the equation. There's nothing to solve. It's already written. Yes? All right, let's try this one. Y'all try setting it up. Which one of these numbers would have to be the C? Check and make sure you set it up correctly. Everybody set it up correctly? Then you're going to type this side in your calculator. So 4 squared plus 6 squared. And I got 52. And then I'm going to type in this side in my calculator. So 13 squared. And I got 169. Do those equal? No. So this would not form a right triangle. It would form a triangle, but it would not be a right triangle with a right angle. Make sense? All right, now could you do it if they give you a picture? What if they gave you this picture? Does it look like a right triangle? It does, but you cannot assume it's a right triangle unless they draw that little thing or they tell you it's a right triangle. So based on Pythagorean theorem, which one of these numbers would have to be the C? And then you can pick this would be A or B. It doesn't matter. So I would say, is 35 squared plus 45 squared equal to 55 squared? And I would simply type this in my calculator. So is 35 squared plus 45 squared, that's 3,250. Is it equal to 55 squared, which is 3,025. Are those the same number? No. So my answer is no, this would not form a right triangle.
So we're expected to remember all of these.
We're going to go over it so much, Juba. Okay, y'all set this one up on your own and see if the answer is yes or no. Remember, it doesn't matter which one you did is A or B, but the 29 would have to be the C. Did everybody get 841 for both sides? So what's the answer? Yes, this would form a right triangle. These questions are super easy. Again, you're not solving anything. You're just saying, yes, it's true, or no, it's not. I have seen, however, one way that they have asked the question where it was super confusing. So I'm just going to show y'all. You don't, actually flip to the back. I put it on here. Everybody flip to the back. I put it on here. This was actually from a STAR test, and they tried to confuse the students. They said which set of squares would not form a right triangle. So you're looking for the one that's not true. Here's the problem. Everybody look at choice F. That is a side length, 3 centimeters. Y'all see that? 4 centimeters, that's a what? A side length. But look at this number, 25 centimeters squared. What's the difference between that and these? Squared. They tried to confuse the 8th graders because this is already squared. This is already the area. So when you do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, that's already c squared. You don't square it if it has that on there. Does that make sense? So I would say is 3 squared plus 4 squared equal to, do I do 25 squared or just 25? Just 25. Because if it has this little thing right here on it, they already squared it. And that's where they tried to confuse students. So is 3 squared plus 4 squared equal to 25? Well, 3 squared plus 4 squared is 25, and 25 equals 25. Would this form a right triangle? Yes, but we're looking for the one that would not, so that's not it. All right, let's look at G. Now look at all their answers right down here. 5 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 13 centimeters. Are any of those already squared? So I have to square all of these. So which one would be the C? 13. So I would say is 5 squared plus 12 squared equal to 13 squared. So I got to go test it out. 5 squared plus 13 squared. Oh, no, 5 squared plus 12 squared. 13 squared. Are those equal? Yes. But I'm looking for the one that is not. Everybody look at letter H. 9 centimeters, 21 centimeters. Look right here. Is this one already? Now question, which one's the C? Look at the biggest square. Which one's the biggest square? 21. So this has to be the C. This is already squared. That's why the number is so big. Okay? So I would say is 9 squared plus, do I square this one? Nope, just plus 144. Is it equal to 21 squared? Okay, so I'm going to type it in. 9 squared plus 144 is 225, and 21 squared is 441. Do those equal? No. So that is not going to form a right triangle. Okay, this last question is a question that has popped up on the STAR test multiple times. There's nothing to solve. All they're wanting you to do is write a statement that's true about Pythagorean theorem. So everybody look. What do we know? Square n plus square has to equal square. All right, so look. This says the area of square n plus the area of square L adds up to equal k. Everybody agree? Now question, do y'all remember math facts from when you were like in 2nd and 3rd grade? And it was like, if 2 plus 3 equals 5, then 3 plus 2 is also, what else was a math fact for this? 5 minus 2 is, and 5 minus 3 is 2. That's called that fact family. Yes? Is everybody with me? Y'all remember this? All right, so if n plus L equals k, isn't k minus L equal to n? And so that's what this says. The area of k minus n equals L. And you could also write k minus L equals n. And I've seen them ask a question like, which of the following is true? And then you would just have to pick the one that's correct. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? All right, so your assignment today is all about Converse Pythagorean theorem, saying yes, it's a right triangle, or no, it's not. It will be posted in the Google Classroom, and we're going to do it like we always do, where you can check your work.